But first, the governor is rolling out a new coronavirus risk alert system for the state of Ohio. It will assign risk factors county by county, and our Andrew Horansky is live now to explain exactly how this works. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Laura. Well, the county is now using 4 colors to basically determine the riskiest parts of the state. Yellow is the least risky color, whereas purple is the highest risk color. Fortunately, no counties in Ohio are there yet. However, Cuyahoga County is just a step below that. You can easily find the governor's map online, showing a new way to look at COVID cases in Ohio. Today, he unveiled what's being called the Public Health Advisory Alert System, a safety measure to combat flare-ups.
One of the messages that I have heard from members of the General Assembly and members of the public is that we should start looking at the state, different counties, differently. And so what we have come up with, we're announcing today, is a way to do that.
By looking at 7 risk factors or indicators, things such as available ICU beds and the number of hospital admissions. Yellow marks the counties with the fewest indicators. Purple marks those with the most. And though none are there yet, Cuyahoga is red. Only 7 of the state's 88 counties are that color.
Our COVID-19 experts say that there's likely community spread in every Ohio county. Many of these cases, as we know, involve younger Ohioans in their 20s and 30s, and this is a national trend. People are letting their guard down, and all the great actions Ohioans have taken to this point are in danger, frankly, of being reversed.
DeWine adding this new system will make clear just how real the dangers are, showing where they are, driven by data, guiding us all to make informed choices. And the governor said the more information we know, the better, because with each color comes recommendations, Laura. With red, that means keeping groups to 10 people or less, limiting your travel, and of course, wearing a mask.
Such important information. Andrew Horansky, thank you so much.